Singapore Airlines operate one of the most controversial fleet of Airbus A380 Business Class seats where people either love it or hate it with a passion. So, follow me as we take another look at this controversial seat in today's video with the daytime flight in business class from Sydney to Singapore on 9 Victor Sierra Kilo Mike, a 14 years old Singapore Airlines Airbus A380, to see if it deserved that much hate. We also check out the newly renovated SilverKris Business Lounge at Sydney Airport in this episode. All that is coming up next, so sit back, relax and enjoy it. If you're new to my channel, my name is David, and I create honest and unsponsored contents about flights, hotels, and travel destinations. I pay for all my flights and hotel stays out of my own pocket, so you can be sure to get a true opinion of a regular traveler without any special treatments. If you like this kind of content and my delivery, then please be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons so you won't miss out on my new weekly video. Thank you so much in advance for your support. Today we'll begin our journey at Sydney International Airport. Business class passengers have a dedicated lane at check-in with 3 dedicated counters. Standard baggage allowance is 40 kilograms, with Starline Gold status holders receive an extra 20 kilograms. Hello guys, welcome to Sydney Airport. So today we're flying Singapore Airlines SQ232 from Sydney to Singapore in business class. Alright, let's go. At Sydney Airport, business class passengers also have access to the fast-track immigration through a dedicated first and business class passport and security control. I filmed this back in October 2024 during the spring school holiday, but the airport is relatively quiet. If you haven't been to the international terminal in recent times, there are plenty of things to do and see, especially if you love shopping, as there are plenty of choices including many high-end designer brands. Alright, let's head to the lounge. Singapore Airlines SilverKris Lounge at Sydney Airport is located near Gate 58, which is the Star Alliance corner of the airport, adjacent to the Air New Zealand Lounge. The lounge was closed in August of this year for renovation that sees new furniture, carpets, and a dedicated barista coffee station. The lounge now has very modern looking furniture, warm lighting, and a cozy atmosphere, which is perfect for a relaxing start to your journey. A signature features of this lounge are these individual working pods. They were also replaced in a recent renovation and now look very modern and clean. Wi-Fi in the lounge is also extremely fast for both the up and down links. In terms of food and drinks, it is very comprehensive with plenty of choices of drinks. There is everything from beer, wine and spirits to bubbles. Even though it is not champagne, it is still a very nice drop of sparkling. It is currently breakfast time and there are both Western as well as Oriental breakfast offerings. Overall, I think this lounge is one of the best business class lounges at Sydney Airport, miles ahead of the Qantas Business Lounge and on par with the Emirates Lounge. In my opinion, the Air New Zealand Lounge next door has a nicer bar with the bartender ready to pour your favorite drink, but the design is not as nice. Nonetheless, if you got time to spare, with a business class boarding pass, you can visit both of the lounges. But for me, I just love this lounge because of its proximity to the tarmac, which afford you this fantastic view of the activities and aircraft movements. This Air Canada Boeing 777-200LR has just arrived from Vancouver. While this beautiful retro livery Garuda Indonesia has just arrived from Bali Denpasar. This Philippine Airlines flight from Manila is operated by a Wamos Air Airbus A380. Morning is the peak time at Sydney Airport with lots of aircraft movement from many different carriers. And this is our big boy for today's flight to Singapore, a 14 years old Airbus A380-800 with registration 9 Victor Sierra Kilo Mike that was delivered new to Singapore Airlines in September 2010. Just look at this present. Oh my gosh, I will surely miss them when they are finally retired in a few years' time. The boarding process was very orderly with first class and PPS members being invited to board first, followed by business class passengers and SilverKris Gold or Star Alliance Gold members. On the Airbus A380, there are 6 first class suite and 78 business class seats occupying the full upper deck of the plane. All seats are arranged in a 1-2-1 pattern with direct aisle access for all passengers. Pre-departure beverages include champagne, waters and juices, and an exclusive pre-takeoff peach Bellini, which I got. The seat is well appointed and has all the necessary features of a modern seat, including lots of storage spaces for your belongings and loose items. This particular version of the seat is actually 6 years old, which was last updated in 2017. Singapore Airlines announced a next-generation business class product recently, but it was only meant for their Airbus A350 fleet and their future Boeing 777X fleet. For now, the A380 fleet will stay as it is. So, as nice as it is, the main criticism about its seat from frequent flyers are the odd slipping angles and the hard surface of the seat when in bed mode. And to some degree, they are right and I fully agree with them. But let me explain why, for me, these are not big issues. So firstly, on many reverse herringbone business class seats, you sleep on an angle, typically diagonally. So in that regard, sleeping here is not a major difference. In a way, it is even better because you have a very wide hip space which makes it feel more comfortable. I will demonstrate with a little drawing. Secondly, about the hard surface. It is indeed firmer than usual, but not to the point where you feel like you're slipping on a plank of wood. Let me show you what the surface is like with the bedding attached. So I hope this video has helped you to make a more informed choice whether to go ahead and book your next Singapore Airlines Airbus A380 flight or to avoid it completely. I mean, the choice is yours, it's your money and spend it however you like. But whatever you decide, also consider that beyond the seat, you have the onboard service, the food and the beverages and the amenities that also contribute greatly to an overall experience. And in this regard, you cannot look past Singapore Airlines' usual standard of excellence. On this sub 8-hour flight from Sydney to Singapore, there are 2 main meal services. Lunch is served after takeoff, followed by a refreshment 1 hour prior to landing. With 4 main courses for lunch to choose from the onboard menu and even more options from the Book the Cook service online, you are really spoiled for choice with food on this flight. Champagne, red and white wine, as well as dessert wine and cocktails, in addition to a range of non-alcoholic mocktails, soft drinks, tea and coffee for beverages. On this particular flight, the champagne served is a very respectable Charles Heisig Brut Reserve. Right on time at 12 PM, the aero bridge was disconnected, the safety video was played, and we began pushing back for departure out of Sydney on runway 34 left. So let's enjoy this magnificent takeoff view with the 4 screaming Rolls-Royce Trent 900 engines. While waiting for lunch to be served, let me quickly show you the infotainment system. There are many movies and TV shows, in addition to music, live TV, and interactive 3D map. In total, I have counted more than 1,000 titles for you to choose from, and combine it with a large and clear HD screen, you will certainly not be bored. Additionally, free internet Wi-Fi is also offered to all passengers, so connectivity can still be maintained should you wish. Personally, I don't mind whether there is Wi-Fi or not, as flying often a good time for me to disconnect a little bit in this really connected world. For this particular flight, lunch is the main meal service, and as such, it is served course by course without a meal tray, which is a proper fine dining style. Nowadays, not many airlines choose to do that, and they all serve everything on a tray. So, we begin with a smoked tuna appetizer, served together with a nikoi salad, comprising of tomatoes, green bean, boiled egg, black olive, and potatoes. I found it to be really tasty and refreshing, and of course something different to the usual prawn appetizer. 3 minutes after my appetizer was brought out came the bread basket, with these really cute mini bottles of olive oil and balsamic vinegar. For the main dish, I opted for the grilled beef in green peppercorn sauce with vegetables and grated potatoes from the Book the Cook menu, which currently lists the following options for flight departing Sydney. And wow, doesn't it look appetizing? From the onboard menu, Stephen chose the roasted duck with gastric, served with radicchio, lettuce leaf, and orange slices. It looks quite nice, but I still prefer my grilled beef. The beef was tender, juicy, and cooked just right. Not quite medium rare, which is my preference, but good enough for a steak on a plane, which is something usually not done very well with the onboard equipment. On top of this, the service was just on point, prompt, friendly, and professional. A lot of the time, the meal service on a plane can feel like an assembly line, but this is not on Singapore Airlines flight. The flight attendant serving my role and I were able to have small talk, we would discuss the food and the recommended wine pairing. These are obviously small aspects, but are hallmarks of a truly 5-star experience. For wine, I had a glass of the French Bordeaux, and it was a perfect pairing to the grilled beef. If you like what you've been watching so far, then please feel free to press the like button, leave a comment down below, and share this video with your friends and family. These are the easiest way you can do, which are free of charge, to let YouTube know that you like what you're watching and the algorithm will recommend it to more people. This will help the video reach more people and will be a great motivation to help the channel develop further. Please also do not forget to subscribe because I regularly upload 1 to 2 travel vlogs each week. Thank you so much in advance for your support. To round the meal up, the dessert cart was rolled out, which is always something to look forward to. And better yet, you are not limited to just 1 or 2 choices, you can pick as many as you like. There was blood lemon sorbet, lemon tart, cheese and crackers, as well as sliced fresh fruits. All in all, it was a really high quality and substantial meal service that truly set a benchmark for other carriers. This is even more impressive considering the whole meal service took exactly 1 hour from when the tablecloth was laid until the dessert was served. A process that is repeated for the other 78 passengers on this full A380 flight. Truly impressive service and efficiency by the crew. So after the conclusion of the meal service, that leaves us with a solid 5 hours of rest before our next meal. So in the meantime, let's get some rest. Even though it's a daytime flight and you don't necessarily need to sleep, having all this space to lounge around is truly a luxury and makes me appreciate the opportunity to fly in upper class even more. On Singapore Airlines Airbus A380, there are 5 lavatories to be shared amongst the 78 business class passengers, which is a healthy ratio of around 16 passengers to 1 lavatory. Inside, you will find very large mirrors that double up as a makeup mirrors with lights on either side, It is also spotless. There were no water stains anywhere, so very impressed with that. On the amenity front, you have your standard face mist, lotion and cologne provided by Penhaligons. On the drawer marked amenities, passengers can further find other useful amenities such as disinfecting hand wash, shaving cream, shavers, toothbrush and toothpaste. About 1 hour before landing into Singapore, the refreshment service was served. There were two choices, nasi lemak with chicken and coconut rice, or a cold soba noodles with sesame crusted chicken breast. I went with the cold soba noodles and was really yummy and refreshing. Light and tasty, just perfect for a smaller second meal. So, as the cabin crew was preparing the plane for arrival into Singapore, I asked the chief stewardess for a Singapore Airlines teddy bear if there was anything left. She said it was only meant for children, but she would check. Hopefully there was still some available for me. And there were. She came back with not just one, but two teddy bears, a male and a female version. How sweet is it? We talked for a bit and then we realized that we actually flew together once before in 2023. So it is very nice to get recognized, not just because I'm doing YouTube, but simply because of frequent flying. It just goes to show that customer service centric aspect of Singapore Airlines and the entire flight crew putting in to provide a truly memorable experience for their customer, especially frequent flyers. So as we make our way into Singapore, let me conclude this trip report with Singapore Airlines on the Airbus A380 in business class right now. So I started my journey today at Sydney Airport and the check-in process was smooth and easy. The renovated SilverKris lounge at Sydney Airport is modern, had lots of seating and offer a premium selection of food and beverages. The flight today on the Airbus A380 was extremely comfortable thanks mostly to the quiet upper deck of the A380. The flight attendants were just all around friendly, professional and helpful. They went the extra mile to make myself and others have a pleasant journey. In my opinion, it was an excellent standard of service on display today, even by Singapore Airlines' usual reputation. The seat on the A380 has all the bell and whistle and creature comfort you need for a comfortable ride. Even with a firmer than usual bed, it is not all too bad and I had a really good rest. The seat has so much room and a big comfortable sleeping surface that makes sleeping so easy to come by. Once again, thank you so much for watching to the end. I will see you next week in another exciting adventure. Please also click the subscribe button to not miss out on my weekly upload. I will see you next week with a Singapore layover video. Happy flying and safe travels as always. Bye bye.